What if the moment you stop caring is the moment she starts? The second you pull away, she begins questioning everything she believed about you. She didn't leave because you were ordinary. She left because you made her your entire world. You showed up too often, texted too quickly, cared too much. In a world that prizes what's rare, you became predictable, easy to reach, easy to ignore. But here's what she never expected. You weren't weak, you were in love. There's a difference. And now, that love is gone, replaced with silence, control, and discipline. That's when everything changes. That's when she starts checking your profile, rereading old messages, asking herself, did I make a mistake? She assumed you'd chase. She thought you'd break. She believed she had time. But no, you disappeared like a ghost. Not out of hurt, but out of power. Because when a man embraces stoic strength, he becomes untouchable. When he masters detachment, he becomes unforgettable. This isn't about games or revenge. This is about your power. You've wasted enough time proving your worth to someone who couldn't see it. That ends now. This is your blueprint. From heartbreak to dominance. From emotional chaos to control. From chasing to being chased. If you've been ghosted, discarded, or replaced, good. That pain is your signal. It's time to become the man who doesn't beg for closure, who doesn't need validation. The man so rare, so composed, so detached that he lingers in the minds of those who took him for granted. Truth, the less they hear from you, the more they wonder. The more you vanish, the more they desire. The moment you stop proving yourself, you become untouchable, a god in their eyes. So ask yourself, what if you stopped caring? What if you stopped chasing? What if you became the man you were meant to be? If you're done being disposable, if you're ready to be unforgettable, this is your awakening. 1. The illusion of importance. She labeled you average, not because you were, but because you handed her the script and let her direct the story. You became predictable, safe, comfortable. She didn't earn your love, you gave it freely, like air. Every call, you answered. Every flake, you forgave. Every time she pulled away, you chased harder. Mistake? You showed her she mattered more than you did. That's where you lost her. Not in your looks, status, or ambition, but in your availability. You confused love with sacrifice, loyalty with desperation. To her, you weren't a challenge. You were conquered. And once the game is won without effort, it's boring. Stoicism teaches, attach to nothing, control only yourself. But when you tied your worth to her attention, you handed her the keys to your emotions. You thought consistency would win her heart. Instead, it made you expendable. Now, reset. Choose silence over pleading. Choose confidence over panic. Choose self-respect over validation. The man who walks away with dignity becomes infinitely more powerful than the one who clings in fear. You don't need a dramatic exit. Just disappear into excellence, evolve in silence. Here's the twist. When you stop proving your worth, people finally see it. The less you need, the more you're desired. She didn't think you were average because of who you are. She thought it because of how you acted. That ends today. 2. Pain is a gift. You felt it, that crushing weight in your chest. The deafening silence after she left, the endless loop of memories. What did I say? What did I do? What could I have changed? You stared at your phone, waiting for a text that never came. And in that darkness, you convinced yourself you were broken, weak, rejected. But here's the truth most men never grasp. Pain isn't your enemy. It's your teacher. That heartbreak? It's not the end. It's the forge. The fire that reshapes you. Pain tears away illusions. It exposes who you pretended to be. You thought kindness alone would keep her. You believed loyalty was enough. You assumed love could make her stay. Instead, silence, distance, confusion. Good. If it still hurts, you're still learning. That pain is proof you cared, but also proof it's time to evolve. Stoics don't fear suffering. They use it. They don't weep over the storm. They become it. That ache in your soul? It's your wake-up call. Time to level up, to rebuild, to transform. Let pain drag you into the gym. Let it fuel your hustle. Let it sharpen your focus. Let it remind you, never again will someone hold that power over you. One day, you'll wake up and realize it doesn't hurt anymore. Not because you found someone new, but because you became someone new. You didn't just survive heartbreak, you weaponized it, upgraded your mind, body, and soul. That's the difference between a boy chasing love and a man commanding respect. She left thinking you'd crumble. Let her. Because the next time she sees you, whether online, in person, or through whispers, you won't be the man she left. You'll be colder, wiser, unshakable, and suddenly, it won't be you who lost something, it'll be her. So don't numb the pain. Don't run from it. Let it burn. Then rise from the ashes. A man who bends but never breaks. If you're done letting pain define you, if you're ready to let it fuel you, comment below. My pain builds my power. 3. Vanish strategically. The most powerful move isn't loud. It's not a dramatic goodbye or a desperate plea for closure. The most powerful move is silence. You vanish, not out of weakness, not for revenge, but out of power. Because here's the truth. When you're always available, you're forgettable. But when you disappear without explanation, you become a question mark that lingers in her mind. She expected you to text, to chase, to beg. She was ready for drama, not discipline. But when you go ghost, when you withdraw completely, coldly, without emotion, you shatter the pattern. You deny her the reaction she wanted. And that silence? It screams. This isn't indifference. It's strategy, detachment with precision. Stoicism teaches, act, don't react. And removing yourself isn't about winning her back. It's about winning yourself back. When you vanish, you're not hiding. You're healing. Building in the shadows while she's stalking your profile, wondering if you're hurting. Joke's on her. You're already 3 steps ahead. Cutting distractions, upgrading your value, mastering your emotions. Dark psychology proves it. The mind obsesses over what's missing. She'll wonder why you left. She'll check if you've moved on. She'll invent stories to fill the silence. You don't need to block her. You don't need to post thirst traps. You just need to do one thing. Stop giving her your energy. Withdraw it like a king reclaiming his throne. Because when she no longer gets your attention, she'll feel your absence like a void. This isn't ghosting for games. It's disappearing with purpose. Not to punish her, but to protect your peace. To remind yourself, you don't chase people who treat you like an option. You're not walking away bitter. You're walking away better. So vanish. Quietly. Fully. No explanation. No final words. You don't owe her closure. You owe yourself a new beginning. If you're done being predictable, if you're ready to become unforgettable, comment below. My silence is my power. 4. Kill the need for closure. Closure is a lie. a fantasy we chase when we refuse to accept reality. You want her to explain why she left, why she changed, why she ghosted, why she replaced you, why she stopped trying. But here's the truth. No explanation will ever make it hurt less. No conversation will undo the disrespect. Closure isn't something she gives you. It's something you create for yourself. You sit there, staring at your phone, waiting for an apology, a message, a sign. You replay every word, searching for hidden meaning. But all you're doing is keeping yourself trapped in her energy. She moved on. She shut the door without looking back. And here you are, begging for a reason she'll never give you. That ends now. The Stoic doesn't wait for someone else to validate his pain. He processes it, owns it, and lets it go. The closure you're waiting for. It's not a text. It's not an apology. It's not a final conversation. It's a choice. A decision to stop bleeding over someone who isn't even holding the knife anymore. You want clarity? Here it is. She didn't value you the way you deserved. That's all the reason you need. Dark psychology reveals that people who ghost or leave without explanation do it to avoid accountability. They don't want a conversation. They want to vanish guilt-free. Chasing closure just feeds the ego of the person who discarded you. You're not chasing answers. You're chasing peace. And peace never comes from the same place that hurt you. Let her wonder why you stopped trying. Let her regret how she ended things. But don't stand there holding the door open for someone who already walked away. Real closure? You stop needing it. You close the door yourself. You lock it from the inside. Your power begins not when she comes back, but when you no longer care if she ever does. If you're done begging for answers from someone who gave you silence, if you're ready to move on without looking back, comment below. I close the door permanently. 5. Master emotional control. She triggered you. Maybe not with words, but with silence, with distance, with that sudden shift from I miss you to I need space. And you reacted. You got emotional. You panicked. You begged. You over-explained. You sent paragraphs trying to fix what she had already mentally abandoned. But here's the truth. Every time you react from emotion, you give away control. Every time you let her behavior dictate your peace, you hand her the steering wheel to your life. That's not strength. That's slavery. Stoicism is built on the opposite principle. Emotions are to be acknowledged, not obeyed. You can feel everything: anger, confusion, heartbreak. But your response is where the power lies. A man who controls his emotions in chaos becomes untouchable. She expected you to spiral. She expected to see you break. But when you go calm, quiet, focused, that's when you start haunting her thoughts. Because suddenly, she can't read you. She can't push your buttons. And that mystery? It's deadly attractive. Dark psychology confirms. Emotional stability is dominance. People are drawn to those who remain centered, no matter what. That's why emotional men get discarded. They're too easy to manipulate. But a man who can sit in silence, feel pain without lashing out, stay disciplined under pressure, that's the man she regrets walking away from. So next time she tries to provoke you, ignore you, confuse you, don't engage. Don't post for attention. Don't play games. Play yourself into a stronger version. You don't prove anything by overreacting. You prove everything by staying in control. Be the calm in the chaos. Be the silence after the storm. Be the man who doesn't flinch, doesn't beg, doesn't break. She'll remember that. Because emotional control isn't just power. It's rare. And what's rare gets respected. If you're done letting emotions wreck your progress, if you're ready to become the one who decides your state of mind, comment below. I master my emotions. They do not master me. 6. Build in the shadows. Now that she's gone, you have two choices. Sit in the wreckage. Rebuild in silence. Most men choose the noise. They post quotes, play sad songs, stalk her online, trying to prove they're fine while falling apart. Not you. Not anymore. You don't announce your pain. You transform it, quietly, ruthlessly, without letting anyone see you coming. You hit the gym, not for revenge, but for resurrection. You cut distractions. You stop responding to dead-end texts. You stay low, stay focused, stay dangerous. You don't need to show progress to feel it. You don't need validation from strangers when your reflection tells the whole story. Because when you build in the shadows, no one can sabotage it. No one can downplay it. You become a different beast entirely, one no one expected, especially her. Stoicism isn't passive. It's discipline in its purest form. It's showing up for yourself when no one claps. It's lifting heavy when your heart is heavy. It's choosing growth over grief every single day. She left thinking you'd collapse. Joke's on her. You're just getting started. While she's entertaining the next guy, you're leveling up. Physically, mentally, spiritually. And by the time she notices, too late. You've outgrown her. You've outgrown who you were with her. Dark psychology confirms it. The less they see, the more they wonder. Let her assume. Let her question. While she's looking backward, you're already building your future. Let your silence be your strategy. Your glow-up will speak louder than any text ever could. So don't flex. Don't post. Don't explain. Just become. Become the man you promised yourself you'd be the moment she let you go. The man who doesn't need attention to feel powerful, because his grind is his peace. If you're done making noise for attention, if you're ready to evolve in silence, comment below. I rise without permission.